Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever edition of the Fort Report. I am Ryan Prickett, Sports Information Director at Fort Hays State University, alongside Seth Kincaid, Assistant Sports Information Director at Fort Hays State. And now that about a month has passed from the majority of the sports world coming to a halt and several schools going to online delivery of classes due to the coronavirus pandemic, we developed a show for our social media platforms that talks about Fort Hays State student athletes while being away from team and campus-related activities. This show not only engages in conversation with the student athletes about their sport, but also how they're adjusting to day-to-day life as it is right now. And on top of that, we also plan to engage in a little bit of fun conversation as well. So we hope you enjoy this new show as we get to know some of our student athletes better. And joining us now on the Fort Report is Garrett Stephens, senior catcher on the Fort Hays State baseball team from Lenexa, Kansas. So first off, Garrett, what's a typical day look like for you right now since the abrupt end of the season and, now that you're home for the remainder of the semester due to the coronavirus pandemic?
Well, there's not a whole lot of structure and I don't have a schedule anymore, but I'm trying to keep myself on a schedule. So usually I wake up and try to get my homework done early, eat some breakfast, and get all the stuff I have to do out of the way as soon as I can. And then from there, I just try to keep myself entertained the rest of the day. I usually watch some Netflix before lunch. Right now I've been watching All American. And then I also watched all of Tiger King. I know a lot of people are going crazy about that. Then after lunch, usually I try to get outside or do something if it's nice. I've been playing a lot of catch with one of my friends from high school. We can go to our high school field and play catch on a turf field, so that's nice even if it rained. And then other than that, I'm just trying to keep myself entertained. I've been doing a lot of puzzles, which is probably kind of weird to people.
Oh, man, is that kind of like a little bit of a hobby of yours, or?
A little bit, not a whole lot, but now that I have nothing else to do, we were at Walmart and saw some puzzles, so we bought some. And then after that, they all sold out. So I guess a lot of people have the same idea.
Yeah. What's the image of what you're working on right now?
I actually just finished one. It's here on the table.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
of animals.
nice.
I finished that one the other day. And I did another one. What did I do before? I'm trying.
I've got one over here in my other room. I'm a Cubs fan, so my mom got me a Wrigley Field one to do at some point in time. Eventually, I'm going to bust that thing open, but I don't know when yet. It's just like I know it's going to take a long time. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The other one I did was a Mandalorian one, so that was cool. That's why I started this, because I saw a Mandalorian puzzle, so I thought that was cool. But then after that, we just bought more because it's something to do.
That's awesome.
But that's pretty much what I do all day. And then I have my dog that I play with, and I don't know if you guys went to any games, and then you know my dog Rookie. I could probably show him to you.
He's
laying down over here.
Yes. So
I think he was at every game this season. So
big fan.
He's missing baseball right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of baseball, kind of take us back to that final day of the season back on March 12th. Kind of what everybody's been dubbing as the sports world basically stopping all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And what were some of the emotions for you and some of your teammates once you guys found out?
Well, it was really just a weird day. I remember the night before sitting at my apartment and talking to my roommate, Ryan Stephens, and I think the NBA season got canceled or suspended or whatever. So that's when we were kind of like, if they're suspending the NBA, like what else are they going to do? And then everybody shows up to the field, and that's all anybody's talking about is the coronavirus and what else is getting canceled. And it just seemed like every 10 minutes something else got canceled. So we just kind of felt that we saw it coming that day. And then we were kind of joking before game one that like this is senior day, and like I was like high-fiving the guys, like shaking their hands, like it's nice playing with you guys. And then after game one, everybody's, all the umpires and coaches and everybody are on their phones, and we didn't even think we were going to play game 2. So that's when it really hit that, like, wow, like we were kind of joking before, but it didn't feel that serious. So it was just a weird feeling that whole day. And usually, like, if I thought that was my last game, I knew we were going to get suspended, but I didn't think we were going to get the whole season canceled. I thought we'd start back up or something, but it just didn't feel real. It didn't.
Yeah, I think it kind of shocked all of us as well. Just I guess to the extent of what it has become, I guess, and it just one thing after another. I mean, I'm kind of like you. You could see the dominoes falling the night before, and I was actually, Seth was there at the stadium with you guys, as he was up there administrating in the press box, but I was heading over to Warrensburg for the women's basketball, the Central Regional, and I was just basically driving back and forth across Kansas all day is what wound up happening, because I found out about the cancellation just before I got to Kansas City.
Yeah.
So it was an odd day for sure for everybody, and so it's kind of tough for everybody to swallow, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. So luckily for you, we're understand that you're planning on taking that extra year of eligibility that the NCAA has given us, so it's not going to end up being your last game. What were some of the factors that went into your decision to return to Fort Hays next season and to play again next spring?
Well, it was a tough decision, and I like I'm a person, I like having a plan, so it just had always been the plan that I'm a senior and I'm done, and then I have a couple classes I need to take, and I'll have a job in the summer and have a job next fall and finish my school and then be done. So it was weird that I've been planning on that for so long, and then all of a sudden I have the opportunity to play again. So it wasn't like an immediate decision, like, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna play again. But I think being quarantined and staying at home has helped me realize that, yeah, I want to keep playing, and I can put off getting a job, and I love playing ball, and just one more year would be awesome, and I want to play summer ball again, so that'll be nice. But I think we have the opportunity to be really good, and I think we're a lot better than a lot of people thought, and better than what I thought and a lot of our teammates thought. That now we'll have a year under our belts, and we'll have additional guys coming in. We have some more JUCO guys and some freshmen coming in that'll help the team next year. So I think we have a chance to be special and to come back and make an impact on that team, and to help turn the program around. I think helps make my decision to come back.
Yeah, like you mentioned, kind of this season so far was off to a pretty good start. You especially leading the team in several of the offensive categories. What kind of adjustments or factors attributed to your strong success at the plate and behind the dish, really, so far this season?
I think it's just my senior year, and I've had a ton of reps and a ton of practice, and I went to JUCO, and then I went to Southeast Missouri, and I've just experienced a whole lot of things that people haven't. And I've been in situations where I wasn't playing every day, but I'm practicing every day, and long practices and stuff like that have helped me slow the game down and understand situations and what's going on. And then also I think the coaches, they do a great job of giving players the freedom to be who they are, and they're not trying to mold everybody into one type of swing or one type of way of doing anything. So it really let me get to where I need to be, because I know what works for me, and they help me make adjustments when I need it or when they see it. So I think it's just trusting each other, and we know that we put the work in, and it's just led to success on the field.
Yep. Very cool. Right now, what are you doing to, I guess, prepare for next season during this time? Is it kind of difficult to get a workout in right now, considering everything is kind of shut down?
When things first got shut down, I definitely took a couple weeks off, and my body is sore, and I feel old, and my back hurts and whatever. But since then, like I said, I've been throwing with one of my friends, keeping my arm in shape, trying to get a stronger arm. definitely not ideal, but we've been getting some workouts in outside, or there's ways to stay in shape and go for runs. I haven't been, but there's things you can do, or there's a lot of stuff you can do, just body weight exercises to stay in shape that I've started the last couple of weeks. And then hitting wise, it's just kind of like winter break all over again, being back at home, that I can back the cars out of the garage, lower the garage, and put a tee in there and just hit off the tee whenever I want. That's what I usually do in the winter because it's cold out. But when it's nice outside, I actually have a batting cage and a machine in my backyard, so I can hit whenever I want, really. So it's not too difficult for me. I know I'm a lot better than a lot of people during this, so I can stay in shape and be ready for next season this summer even.
Cool.
It's got some good chances to get in some reps. Transition a little bit. What do you study here at Fort Hays, and maybe what's the toughest class you have this semester?
I'm a business management major at Fort Hays, and I'd say my toughest class would be products, operations, and management. It was the only class that I had in campus or on campus. All my other classes were online, so all the quarantine stuff and transitioning hasn't really, those classes haven't been affected. So I'll say this one's my hardest because it's just changing formats and changing expectations. And we went from taking tests in class and now we're taking them in class and now we're taking them online, and it's math. You have to show your work, and it's just different. So I'd say that's definitely my hardest class.
Yeah, I'm sure that along with several other classes is tough to transition to online.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for the Fort Five. There's 5 fast questions. We're just going to rattle them off real quick. Just kind of give the first thing that pops into your head. No pressure or anything. Maybe give a brief explanation if you can. You think you're ready?
I think I'm ready.
All right. In your opinion, who's the funniest person on the Fort Hays baseball team?
Jacob Enns.
Jacob Enns. Lefty pitcher.
Yeah, no doubt. Goofball.
They're always goofy.
Yeah. Who would you say is maybe the most or the best multi-sport athlete on your team, or maybe who you think is the best multi-sport athlete?
Grant Schmidt.
Really?
Grant Schmidt. We had a week before we started the season, we had our team bonding experience, or I don't know what you want to call it, our team bonding get-togethers, whatever, where every day we're doing competitions. So we had like different teams within the team. So like we split ourselves up into like 4 teams or something, and we'd play a different sport or do something. And he was kicking like 55-yard field goals.
Oh my Lord.
Very impressive.
Maybe he has an activity to be doing in the fall too.
Yeah.
Maybe we could be looking into that on the football squad.
What's your go-to pizza topping?
Anything meat. If I get a pizza, meat lovers. So
Can't go wrong.
Sausage or pepperoni, one of those two.
Awesome. If you have one, what's maybe your dream vacation destination or spot?
Ooh, it would have to be somewhere with a cool MLB stadium. So maybe Boston, or probably I'd say Boston.
Very cool.
Just see a stadium or go catch a game. That would be cool.
Good choice. Yeah. How many ballparks have you been to?
Yeah.
2, just Kaufman and Busch.
Oh, okay, so you've perused the state of Missouri just fine.
Yeah.
All right, last one. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, favorite movie? Probably Bull Durham.
That's a classic. That's a good one.
So love a movie with a good catcher.
There you go. Davis.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good choice. So that was our 4 or 5. We just rattled off 5 questions, but I got one last just random bonus question here. I'm wondering which Garrett Stephens look can we look forward to this next year? You know, so you know, when we do the back research for your stats and you know looking up you know what you've done at your previous schools and stuff. So you know we had 3 different looks throughout the years there. You know, you had your clean shave look freshman year at Hutch, and then you had kind of the little bit of the longer hair going on there in the sophomore year, back to clean again at Southeast Missouri. But hey, you had the strong beard game going on there here at Fort Hays. So, you know, do you have a game plan on that too? You said you're a planner, you know,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Well,
maybe even Charlie Blackmanish, you know, you could go.
Yeah, I think that might be the move because depending on how long this quarantine is, I already have a head start without getting. I'm gonna have the long hair and the beard going for next year if I get a head start right now.
Yeah. So, well, that's just a little fun side thing. I noticed that as we kind of went back through your back.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. So
we'll look forward to picture day next year. See what you got to bring to the table.
Yeah. Good deal.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's all we got for you today, Garrett. So thanks for joining us here on the Fort Report today, and good luck the rest of the semester. And I guess, you know, as we head on into next year, hopefully everything is back to normal. I think that's a big if right now too. I think we're all waiting for when normal is coming back, and so hopefully everything kind of gets back on schedule and we can go back to things like we usually do in fall. So thanks very much for joining me and Seth today here on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, Garrett.